Hi, this is Spencer, and you're listening to The Other Show.
Guys, I literally have no idea what to talk about for this episode.
Wait a minute. What?
No, I don't have any stories about Marianne and I fighting or getting...
You should have fought then.
No,
I know. I mean, maybe I should start picking some fights.
Yeah, for the show.
you gotta remember that it is conference weekend, so Josh has literally been an 80-year-old man all weekend.
It's true.
Hey, did you at least play conference bingo?
No, but I went on a walk and I worked on my food storage. So,
80-year-old man.
That's adorable.
yeah.
Wow.
Did you wear your overalls while you did it?
I don't want to fall into this trap anymore, so no comment.
Listen, Josh, you know you're supposed to do something for the plot, as the kids say. Mm-hmm. Or as we used to say, do it for the show.
Yeah, but you were the only one that did stuff for the show.
Yeah, I know.
Me?
No, between the two of us at different times.
Between the two of us. Yeah, putting ourselves in awkward positions, knowing that we're going to be putting ourselves in a position where we're going to fail.
Whoa. Back it up. Kent's dating stories are not awkward positions. There was no positions involved.
Oh, okay.
You're being nice.
All right.
Thanks, Spencer.
Cat Bishop on speed dial right now.
Wait, so does the Cat Bishop help humans and cats?
Yeah.
Is he
probably
a cat or is he a bishop that helps cats? I'm not actually sure.
Probably should change it from Cat Bishop to like Animal Bishop. Because he does have a farm, but it's not like a normal farm. It's like a mini animal farm. So
it's like a communist sort of thing.
No,
a communist allegory.
No, because he takes care of his animals. He does rent them out, and that's one of his side gigs is renting out miniature animals for photo shoots and things. His parents were the ones that did the animals for all the church videos for a while. It's he grew up with bears and lions and stuff like that, and now he just has mini longhorns and
Tell me this:
African
can
gazelles.
he get me one of those fuzzy cows?
He has two.
Oh, you're joking!
I kid you not. He has two.
Okay, I'm coming to see him in the next couple of months.
In fact, if we can get enough sponsors,
they're called Highland cows, right?
Yeah, they're Highland cows, but
Yeah.
he's got mini Highland cows, so they're not full sized.
Oh, that's adorable.
So they're even cuter because they're tiny.
I'm kind of fixated on this idea of a bishop cat. I feel like that would be a great plot for a comedy on BYUTV.
But only BYUTV. And
What
here's the
about
thing.
Catholic TV?
The first counselor would be played by Matt Meese, right?
Wait, Matt Mouse?
Oh, you took my dad joke.
Yeah, I mean, how could I not?
Well, no, because I was going to go with not just BYU TV, but Catholic TV as well.
And then we could have Kirby Haybone as a dog counselor.
Oh, gosh.
This show's so regional.
Yeah,
With former Utah Stars.
I was going to say everybody outside of Utah, but really the Wasatch Front is probably clueless about what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, you know what? I've got change the subject.
Okay, go on.
I have a list, and it's not the list that all of our names are on somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I guarantee we're all on a list.
Sure.
Thank you.
This list is called Weird Utah. I found it on Reddit. Shocker, right?
Okay.
It is a list of 60 plus places in Utah that are weird. Okay.
Only 60?
60 plus. So at least 65.
I almost want to try to guess what's on the list.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm looking at some of these because what I wanted to do initially when I found this list was hey, it's Halloween. Let's lean into the Halloweeniness of Halloweeners.
Yeah.
But I was going to roll a die and everything. But I'm looking at some of these and they're not that weird.
I mean, maybe, okay. Do you want to go through the full list or do you want to talk about the not weird first and then maybe the more weird?
I'll give you a few that are just not weird. Shooting Star Saloon.
Provo?
No, that's weird. It's the oldest saloon in Utah. It's still open. They claim to have one of the best hamburgers in Utah. I've been there. It's not weird.
Okay.
They do staple money into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The burger is pretty good. But then they also have Golden Spike on here, Spiral Jetty, world's largest fishing fly.
Oh.
Who made this list?
I don't know. But then they do have, Kent.
I was just going to say, is this kind of a mini tourist site that's oh, this is crazy. Go visit these places. And they're not all that strange.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it was, but this isn't what when I Googled it, I was like looking for like weird urban legends because I want to lean into that for our Halloweenies.
Mm-hmm.
But like the giant watermelon slice, which by the way, this actually looks pretty cool and I totally would go there. But it's one of those just giant slices of watermelon off the side of the road, right?
Where's it at?
Wait.
It is in Green River.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a watermelon created for the town festival. It used to be motorized, but now it's not.
That's unfortunate. I would drive the watermelon slice.
I know you would.
Yeah.
But then there's some cool things there, like obviously Skinwalker Ranch,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Or the Victim of the Beast 666.
What?
Have you not?
I don't know what you're talking about on half
Yeah,
of
Spencer, context for everybody, including and
Okay.
especially for Josh.
these. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this
Just
is
for me,
actually
not for you, Ken.
one of my favorite like spooky local Utah stories. It's the grave of Lily E. Gray, who's famous in Utah. This is at the Salt Lake Cemetery.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think I know
All right.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. So if you go to the Salt Lake Cemetery and find the grave of Lily Gray, and people have speculated for decades what this means. She was born 1881 and died in 1958. So like a pretty healthy like life, right?
Yeah.
But it's a simple grave that just says Lily E. Gray, Victim of the Beast 666. And for some reason, the grass is dead around the gravestone.
Okay.
Well, it is Salt
So-
Lake Cemetery.
That's
Yeah. Do we know any more context? That's it?
that is it. So people have just speculated for years what it could mean.
Okay.
According to Utah Historical Society, Lily Gray died of natural causes at 77 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Not 66 on the 6th of
Not
June.
66. Elmer blamed her death on the Beast 666 of the government, according to some documents. So, yeah,
Okay.
if you want to go check that one out.
Okay. That it's worth being on the list. Go on. What else do we got?
The weird thing is it's right next to the first KFC on this list.
That one's kind of interesting just because they have like a statue outside and inside it's like a big KFC. Like it's just uncommon.
No, and it's not the original building. They tore that down, 20 years ago?
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
a
so.
little bit? Yeah, which is dumb. Why?
Yeah, why bother, right? Yeah. Okay. I want to know, do they have the Joseph Smith Sphinx, whatever that place is?
Oh, Gilgal Gardens.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Is that on the
Gilgal
list?
Gardens. That is on the list.
Okay.
This is just a garden, but it's got some interesting statues and things, and they're like
Mm-hmm.
a sphinx with Joe Smith head.
That's very close to a Freudian slip.
Could be, yeah.
Doesn't it also share a parking lot with the Chuckarama? I mean, that's weird.
I believe it does. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page now, but there's just a bunch of stone statues like giant grasshoppers, dismembered feet and heads.
Okay.
It's supposed to be an interpretation of King Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Yeah. So that's Gilgal.
Okay.
But what would you guys put on this list? Like,
I'd want to know, honestly, it'd be older buildings like the nunnery up in Logan. I think that should be on the
that
list.
one is up there.
Okay, based
That
on
one
history.
actually is on there.
Do you mind sharing the article
Well,
on
tell me
that?
what you know, and I'll pull up the article.
All I know are urban legends as told to me by people. Like I went there once, but I never obviously went close to it because it was sealed off 20 years ago when I was living up there.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was still open.
Because we went at night, so
Yeah.
obviously for the creep factor, and we could not get it very, very close. Or maybe it was probably fear that drove us away. Let's be honest.
What were some of the legends that you heard about that one?
Just people that would like go try to break in or do ghost investigations up real close, and things would be looking through the window, or strange noises would scare them away from the building.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like shoot. This is where like this show is live because I saw it on here. Maybe I could just do like computer guy.
Okay,
over
while
here.
you're looking it up, also the Heidelberg in Farmington. I'd like to know if that's on the list. Whereas now it's like a really fancy home, but that one has a really long history. Almost goes back to the inception of Utah, or at least when pioneers came. And it was built by Willard Richards. And it was like this, obviously an old manor. And then it became a desolate building and then a restaurant. But essentially, from what I've heard, many people have hanged themselves there, especially when it was abandoned, and it's been cleaned up in the past 20 years. But it's, the urban legends based on my Davis County lore are that it's quite haunted.
Which one is that?
The Heidelberg in Farmington. It's right above Farmington Pond. Yeah, one word.
I know that one.
Yeah, you know it. You know it because you would know the Davis County connection. So I would like to know about old buildings because, I just love the old histories.
What about the Wood Museum in North Salt Lake or Bountiful?
Okay.
That has to be on there. Did you?
That's not
Tell me about that. I don't know if I know about that.
The owner of it, I can't remember his first name. Last name is Wood. But
Wilford Wood Museum, it looks like.
Yes, Wilford Wood. He bought a bunch of LDS church artifacts and everything. He bought, I think, a number of church properties back and donated them to the church. But he just collected a lot of stuff. And he has a death mask of Joseph Smith and Hiram Smith and just a lot of weird pioneer, heritage things. Locks of hair, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
A lot of taxidermy things. And anyway, it was not that far from my elementary when I was a kid. So we did a lot of field trips to the Wood Museum.
Cool.
And I think there was a connection because I went to Adelaide Elementary. And I want to say that was his mom's name. He donated, I think he donated the land for the elementary school, and they named the school after her because she was a school teacher or whatever back in the early pioneer day, whatever. But anyway, I just remember every time going, and I think the last time I went was probably about 15-ish years ago. I went with nieces and nephews. There's always just a weird vibe to it, right? Just know that if you get your recorder out that you're going to record some type of EVP. Yeah. But it just a weird museum. I think any museum that displays things of hair is weird anyway.
Right.
That is true.
As I sit here also with a bag of my hair still.
Why do you have that?
When I cut my hair a couple months ago, I kept my hair.
Oh. And, that's haunted.
Yeah. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with it though, because I'm kind of half tempted to give it away as a white elephant gift. So...
well, look, I'm not going to judge you for having bags of hair because I've had a small bag of Robert Redford's hair. So
yeah, but that one makes sense.
It does it?
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you cut it yourself while standing in line behind him or something?
No, his stylist cut his hair, and then she hid it in my car.
Oh my.
And I had a bag. I actually gave it to Joel to give to his mom for her birthday.
Oh my gosh. It's too bad that my grandma's no longer with us because
did she love him?
Oh my gosh. Her running joke was, Grandma, is it a little too late for you? And she's like, no, why do I have to rush to bed? Robert Redford's not waiting there for me.
Okay.
Josh, maybe you can try and summon your grandma with the hair. He's thinking about it.
All right, Spencer, you've been Googling for a bit. What did you find?
Yeah. So the folklore on your nunnery. Much folklore surrounds the camp, often citing that the retreat is haunted.
Okay.
While there's no record to support the claim, legends say nuns were sent there after becoming pregnant by monks or priests and would drown their babies in the swimming pool so you couldn't hear them cry. A more specific legend included a nun who drowned her baby to keep it a secret and then committed suicide. Children's voices and apparitions of a woman dressed in black have reportedly been observed. Other subjects of legend include satanic worship and hellhounds. I swear, every haunted place, though, in Utah is legends of hellhounds.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Kay's Cross in Kaysville?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Did you ever go there?
No. I went to... Nope. Haven't. I was thinking of the Leighton Hobbs area, the Hobbs Pond and the woods over there, but not Kay's Cross.
We'll chat about that one next. Yeah. But Kay's Cross, that was one that I went to in high school. And this is kind of what I wanted to get to with this list is what urban legend places in Utah have you been to?
Yeah.
Legend has it that it was a polygamist that buried his wives under this giant cross. Mm-hmm. And you can see hellhounds and things like that if you go there after midnight.
Yeah.
Right. But it is located on private property, so you can't just go. I think they're actually developing it now, putting townhomes around there.
Okay.
So in high school, I did sneak there in high school. We snuck past the farmer's house, and it is the dumbest haunted location in Utah. Like, it was so disappointing going.
I could tell you one more that's probably more disappointing, but go on.
Well, you want to know what makes it even more disappointing? You get the adrenaline buildup, you sneak out, you go, like, you've got this great secret, you come home, you're all giddy because you snuck onto this private property.
Yeah.
And then your mom starts prying, where'd you go? What'd you do? And you get it out and you're like, you're feeling devious. We snuck on to go see Kay's Cross. And your mom, the most innocent person, like, she makes Josh's mom look like somebody from Vegas. I don't know.
Kind of
just
person
ask.
from Vegas.
I don't know. She was my mom's babysitter. True story. But my mom's like, oh yeah, I went on a date there once in high school. Like, it completely ruined any illusion I had that Kay's Cross was ever.
Yeah, you're like, no, me and my friends were the only ones that have ever gone.
Yeah.
Look, I do think that place is creepy because I think of what people did to the site after. I think the
farmer eventually blew it up.
Yeah, I think kids going out there and doing weird sort of culty slash, I don't know, just satanic stuff. I feel like that makes something that brings dark energy, maybe more than the folklore.
That's true. I think the whole allure of Kay's Cross and what gave it the spooky ambiance, though, was less the occult attached to it and more the adrenaline of having to sneak past a farmer that had a shotgun.
Yeah,
to get there.
Exactly.
That's
been there.
So your adrenaline's like at an all-time high. It's midnight. That's why you feel creeped out.
Tell me if this is on the list, but I know it's not haunted. The old mill. Definitely not haunted. Never has been. Most of the stories told of this place are from a old, like, early 1980s movie about aliens that visit around Halloween. And all the stories and superstitions told about the old mill are pulled directly from this movie. I forget the name of it, though.
What was the name of the movie, Josh? Do you remember? But yeah.
Oh, I can't remember, but I was kind of.
It's like a Disney Channel original, almost. Mm-hmm. I mean, not that it was, but it was like that caliber of acting. Shoot.
When we find it, we'll post it.
Yeah. I mean, it looks scary, and so it does make it weird that they keep it up. It's just not haunted.
I think Josh is Googling our chats to see if he can find it.
I've got to.
And so, Spencer, what do you know about Hobbs Pond? Well,
either that or I need to just go call a friend of the show.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So Hobbs Hollow, I grew up there.
Yeah.
I know Joel grew up there as well, and you're pretty close. You been?
Yeah, I've been swimming a few times.
You went swimming?
Should not have gone, but there was a girl that I really liked that asked me to go, and so I thought that was a good idea until, yeah.
Legend has it that I think it's the north half of the pond, a young boy and his older brother or something like that went swimming there, and something grabbed the youngest boy and dragged him down to the bottom where he drowned. Yes. And if you go swimming there now, the spirit of this boy will haunt you and drag you down and hold you under the water, which sounds a lot like Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure that's where the lore comes from.
We went a night, there was and granted I was 17, maybe 18. There was a rope swing on the south end. And there was a giant floating log that, we could float on, but it felt creepy because like we'd hang on that, but like the branches would be like kind of tugging at your like shorts or legs. You're like, what is it? There's someone under us. But you just freak yourselves out.
Well, and the way that this hollow is, it's got a bunch of, what do they call, like sagebrush or brush pine that, depending on where the water level are, they're underwater or just below.
Right.
So it's like a dirty, like almost reservoirish pond. Now, this is one that I actually will say. What time of day did you go there, Kent?
Oh, it was about almost midnight.
Okay, because this is one area I actually do think is haunted.
Okay.
You've heard my haunting story.
You're gonna have to tell me again. I mean, it's October, so please just reshare.
It's October,
so we can all enjoy it.
Okay, so we'll start. We'll back up and we'll share the other haunting stories for like not bacon bits. I'm not on bacon sale yet.
For Toos? Yet, I heard that.
Episode 503?
Yeah, right? We got to try a few others out first.
I know, that's why I said 3. No, so this is one where this was about the same time we were going to Hobbs Hollow, and we're looking, or not Hobbs Hollow, Kay's Cross.
Right.
And it was me and a bunch of friends, like, just trying to stir trouble when we were 18. And my friend's mom told us, like, right before we went to go to Hobbs Hollow because she knew where we were going. She told us. And like, it was like out of a Disney movie, where the creepy old lady, but it's my friend's mom, so she's not creepy.
Yeah.
But she is a little Latina woman. So she like looks at us and says, do what you want, boys. But if you go looking for trouble, you will find it.
Okay.
And like ominous, but okay.
Yeah.
So like we're all laughing. We go. And it's me and my buddy Tanner and 2 other friends. And do you recall the path down to Hobbs Hollow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's an asphalt path, but like kind of overgrown with those trees.
Yep.
So like you can kind of see the moon peeking through.
Mm-hmm.
This is October 30th at
perfect.
11:50 at night.
Yeah, love it.
And there is like a slight fog. This was 2008 that we went. No, 2009. So we're walking down, and as we're walking down, like me and one friend start feeling like this dread, like impending dread, almost suffocating as we get down. And at the bottom of the path, there's like a walking loop that goes around Hobbs Hollow.
Yeah.
Right. So there's one path in and out at the time, loops around Hobbs Hollow, and then you leave. We get down to the bottom where it tees, and you can either go left or right. And it was like some physical force grabbed me and my friend, and neither one of us could move. And the 2 other guys behind us catch up, and like it legit was like 2 hands on my shoulders grab me. And like without saying a word, me and my friend turn around and we walk back up the path. And the whole time behind us, we can hear footsteps as we go back up the path in silence.
Okay.
And like the 2 other friends are like, is everything okay? So we get to the top and we're like, hey guys, we can't. Like there's something down there. We can't go. So let's like say a prayer. Let's leave. And it's kind of like gravel at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't quite asphalt there. So where we're parked. So we're saying this prayer, and like the whole time we're saying the prayer, we can hear there's a distinct difference between footsteps on asphalt versus footsteps on gravel.
Yeah.
And we can hear like it's on gravel now. Whatever was following us on the asphalt was now on the gravel.
Yeah.
Because you can hear the crunch of the gravel.
Phew.
And it's like a slow, methodical pace going around us. As like we're saying this prayer, we're like, hey, whatever followed us, go. You are not welcome. Leave. And we hear one more like circle around us.
Mm-hmm.
And the transition from the crunch of the gravel to the pat of the asphalt.
Walking away.
And like we heard it fade as it went down the path. So Hobbs Hollow to me, like I swear that place is haunted.
Right.
And so the thing is, like the next morning, my buddy Tanner, he was doing construction, like home renovations on a house, not above Hobbs Hollow, but in what's called Hobbs Canyon.
Okay, yeah.
So just above Highway 89. So Hobbs Hollow is just west of 89, and Hobbs Canyon is just east of 89. Anyway, he was doing some work up there, and like he called me in a panic at like not 3, but like 6, 7 a.m.
Okay.
A couple times, left some voicemails like, dude, some weird things are happening. Just come. I can't be alone in this house.
What? Okay.
So I drive up to the house, and dude, there was some weird stuff. I'll save that for another time.
Okay, good. I mean,
But,
I'm mad you're not going to share it now, but at least I get to hear.
I guarantee, like Hobbs Hollow, haunted.
Okay.
Case Cross,
Not.
hoax.
Okay.
Hobbs Hollow, haunted.
Would you ever go back to Hobbs Hollow at this point?
I have a wife and 2 kids.
You're no fun.
I've tried to get you guys to go back.
So you would go back?
I've tried. I don't know if I would now. Like that's one thing. Like remember, if you go looking for trouble, you'll find it.
Yeah, I mean that was our whole conversation, right?
Yeah.
So 6 years ago, you would have gone easily, but now with a little bit more responsibility.
3 years ago, I would have gone.
Oh, okay. I love this stuff. I mean, give me all the scary stories. I'm trying to think what else could be on the list. And Josh, let us jump in anytime if you find out more information about this movie.
No, I have it. Oh. I have the movie. I was just waiting for the perfect time to interject.
Is the perfect time.
So the name of the movie is actually has 2 titles, I believe, from what I could find. But it's called Teen Alien or The Varrow Mission. It came out in 1978, but the synopsis of this is that that local teenagers are holding a Halloween party at a supposedly haunted old mill, but find out that one of the partygoers who is dressed as an alien is actually a real alien.
This is filmed at the Old Mill, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's filmed at the Old Mill. So a lot of the stories have been retold. I guess is the best way to say it. It's not haunted.
The acting is horrifying. I'll say that.
Yeah. So that's where a lot of stories that many of the listeners may be familiar with come from.
Spencer, is the tunnel under 25th Street in Ogden, is that on the list?
No.
How could that not be on the list?
It's not on the list.
The Prohibition tunnels.
All of Ogden should be on that list.
yeah. Union Station definitely should be on the list. Saltaire,
no, but we have the
list.
USPS encoding facility.
Oh, okay. They're not trying. Come on.
And by the way,
on there.
The whole movie of Teen Alien is available on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'll put a link in the show notes.
Yes. All right, Spencer, is there any other like major haunt or not even haunt, but major weird Utah site that they list?
Apoco Rock Visitor Center.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of the Apoco Rock Visitor Center? It's in Mill Creek.
Nope.
It is a museum of photographs of alleged spiritual sightings in the snow and rock side of Mount Olympus. It's open after 4. Call to verify.
Okay.
I feel like you call and then you're stuck in some eternal hell.
I mean, that's the scariest thing is just calling people on the phone. That's the worst. Really, the list doesn't really go much deeper than that. Like not even like certain.
Quite a bit.
Okay.
I love how
Price has some weird stuff. Go ahead, Josh.
I love how you were going to use this as content for the show, but then you're deciding, well, maybe I'm not going to use this as content for the show while using this as content for the show because we're a half an hour into this.
Hey, Josh, it's called being meta.
Whatever.
Oh, so your purpose was to be meta about a list.
You just did speak, though, Kent. Have you spent any time in Price?
Only driving through or going to the Dinosaur Museum.
Okay.
As a kid.
I went there for a conference, the USU Eastern.
Okay.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought you were going to tell everybody that it was just announced that Price was going to get a temple, general conference weekend.
Special.
They freaking need it because that whole place is haunted as F.
Yeah, it really is.
Like,
you get the
drive
vibes
through there and you feel creepy as all get out.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the Greeks. Let's be honest. It's us Greeks. No, that's where my grandma spent most of her childhood. And when you think about just everything that has gone on in Price in the past, there's the whole, I can't even remember the name of the disaster, but there was a huge mine collapse up there. So there's a lot of death just in the mining industry in general. Mm-hmm. Price back in the day was a pretty wild place. And so I totally could buy into that whole vibe.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, well, so even more so than like Price. So there's a town just outside of Price.
Helper?
Called Helper. I hear. I've never been to Helper.
Yeah,
neither.
Isn't that a ghost town?
No, it's not, because they actually have I think they have like a helper days or something like that. But that's where my grandma lived for many years as well. Is in Helper.
Oh yeah, no. Here it is on this list of haunted, spooky rural Utah. Yeah, that specifically. But no, I'm talking about Carbondale, Utah.
Sean Bradley.
Is that where he's from?
Mm-hmm. I read his autobiography back in the mid-90s.
Yeah, that stuck in your mind. I love that you still have the basketball facts in there.
Dude, they never leave.
They never leave.
Never. I kind of want to do like a road trip, though, with you guys and visit some of these places.
Jess has offered to take us to some of these backwoods little cemeteries and smaller areas. So if we're down.
I'm game.
We have to take Jess.
I feel like we almost should post some of the video on our YouTube channel if we do that.
Oh, yeah.
Not that we're going to launch another YouTube channel because I can't kill a third one.
No.
I mean, I believe in you. I feel like you can. But do you want to? That's the question.
No, not with you. Not with you guys.
Well, Spencer, if you see anything else come up, any interesting sites, bring them up at any time. Feel free to interrupt me because I actually love this crap.
I'll vet the lists more beforehand.
Okay.
But there's actually a local guy that I want to try and get on the show. That this is what he does on Instagram.
Okay.
And I don't just want to rip his content wholesale. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I get that.
I'll give credit where credit's due. So let's see if his name's Brigham of Utah. If you follow him, if you want to follow him on
I'll go
Instagram.
check him out.
But I keep meaning to like reach out to him, but I want to do it from our like actual Instagram account. So I seem legit.
Yeah.
See if we can get him on.
Okay.
You're legit on your own, Spencer. Don't sell yourself
That
short.
is true. Hey, maybe we could take him to Wedgies.
Yeah, right?
I
Spencer's
still
new
need,
favorite place.
I still need to try it because I've been craving salad a lot lately.
Who says that? But also, you do.
Dude, I took a walk and I did my food storage this weekend. Of course I need a salad.
Bring Marianne. We'll do a double date.
What? Wait, what about me?
You'll be there.
Wait, is your date?
No, Stephanie's my date.
Oh, so it's a double date with another guy.
I mean, it's Utah.
Well, no.
Let's keep it weird.
Well, fine. We'll call it a group date, but with Kent. It'll be me and Stephanie and Marianne and Josh.
Hey,
and Kent.
BYUTV, make that show a group date with Kent.
Group date.
Okay.
Actually, you joke, but I would love to. I would pay for this show. I want to see a group date with Kent, and it is just it's a
here's the thing.
reality TV
I'd
show.
be flirting with everyone's wives.
No. Listen. Well, that's just Utah. So, look, I want you to go on first dates. Like, you remember the old like blind TV or blind dating
loved
TV
it.
show in
Yeah.
Utah? Super low quality. Same exact thing. Blind date with like the lame snarky bubbles that pop up, but instead of the bubbles popping up, it's just Kent following you around on your date, providing commentary.
Kind of being like, hey, you're not super great at asking questions, are you? Are you really interested? Hey, let's keep this going.
And here's the thing. The rules of the show are the show will pay for their date, whatever they do, so they can go like as ritzy as possible, but they can't acknowledge Kent.
Wait, so I can make my Statler and Waldorf like commentary, and they just have to sit there and listen, but they can't talk back.
They can't react.
You know, that would be a great lead-in for Bishop Cat.
This is must-see TV, must-see BYU TV.
Yes. Monday night TV.
Okay, so I mean, hey, we'll have to pitch that. Hey, we don't have any calls this week, so you guys, we need some spooky calls next week. So definitely give us a call.
Call us with your scary stories, whether they're true, fake, or ripped straight out of a 90s C movie.
Actually, this week, call us where you think the strangest place in Utah may be haunted or just a little bit odd. Like the history is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Josh,
like
what's
that
that
more.
number for people to call?
Of course, you would put me on the spot for that.
I know. Josh, just have it memorized. It's fine.
It's not like I'm on a radio show.
It is your number.
Okay, that number is 801-508-4989. Just leave a message, 3-minute message, no more, no less. Well, actually, probably less, but no more than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Or
we'll make fun.
Well, like,
Yeah.
it actually cuts off
Yeah, it does.
at 3 minutes.
All right, so just to end the show, and it's quite a bit of stuff here, but I want to talk about what's streaming lately. And I know that's kind of lame, but it's October, and if you happen to have these streaming services, what's free right now to watch in this spooky season? So I got all the scary movies on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and Max. And if you want to go through Peacock or Paramount or Shudder, like
Max is still a thing?
yeah,
Yes.
I know.
It's probably the better streaming service of the big three.
Wait, what's in the big three? Is Prime included in the big three or no? Probably not.
They have Rings of Power.
Yeah,
They're not in the big
They're not
three.
the big three. Okay, so we're going to start with Netflix. I'm going to go through these pretty quick, but Josh, I know maybe you haven't seen most of these, so feel free to ask any questions. But
Either that or I can pretend that I've seen them.
nope. Okay, so our first Netflix
Do it
movie
for the
is
show.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This one came out just a couple of years ago, and this is based off the children's books. You'd see it at the Scholastic Book Fair.
With the creepy pictures?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I saw
It's
that at Costco the other day.
yeah, I actually bought the spiritual sequel book at FanX last week. Anyways, but this movie is pretty solid. It's PG-13, and it's actually still quite scary.
It's coming back to theaters.
No, this is on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
And then we also have Zombieland, classic. If you haven't seen Zombieland, do it. And then Ouija, Origin of Evil. Now, when like Ouija the movie, like Ouija, Ouija 1 is not very good, but Ouija Origin of Evil is actually pretty good. So, total recommendation there. Yes, Spencer, you have a question?
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering, do you have any like horror movie recommendations that are like my speed.
Okay, what is your speed exactly?
Like upper limit would be like Scooby-Doo's Zombie Island.
Spencer, you've seen scary stuff. Come on. You knock it off.
Actually, I'm wondering when you're going to take me to see Heretic.
Yeah, right.
I think you just confused yourself with me.
Yeah, I know, right? I've seen Josh in scary situations, and I don't want to just test his limits there unless I want to see the lazy eye come out.
Look,
It's true.
okay, the scariest movie I've probably seen is Hereditary.
Yeah, and it is quite scary.
At your recommendation, and then that I maybe see like one good scary movie a year.
Okay.
So there you go.
Well, how about I'll go through each list, and I'll pick out like my favorites. How about that?
Okay.
So we have a movie called The Ritual, The Autopsy of Jane Doe, As Above, So Below, Halloween 2018, Evil Dead Rise, which is fairly new, Psycho from the 60s, Creep, and The Wailing. My favorites here are Autopsy of Jane Doe, actually quite terrifying.
What's that about?
It is literally, it's just these two, what are they called? But it's about an autopsy. What are they? Morticians. Oh my goodness. It's like two morticians just doing an autopsy on this woman.
It's 10 o'clock.
It's late. Okay. Doesn't matter. Anyways, and things go poorly. There's a lot of spooky stuff going on. Psycho obviously is one of the best horror films of all time. If you want a foreign horror experience, The Wailing is really good. But honestly, Netflix is kind of loaded this year. So I'll move right to Hulu. And they have The Sixth Sense, The Omen, and The First Omen, which is just brand new. They have Us, 28 Weeks Later, When Evil Lurks, Smile, The Empty Man, Underwater, and Barbarian. And there's some great ones here. Obviously, Sixth Sense, like really solid.
Yeah.
Smile, better than expected, and the sequel's coming out in 2 weeks. Barbarian, if you haven't seen that, it's funny, it's horrifying, it's so good. I loved it so much.
That I did see that one.
Okay, and then
with you.
The scariest one here, the most bloody one here, is called When Evil Lurks. This one came out last year, and it's a Spanish horror film. And oh boy, it's grisly. It's really grisly. It's all about possession.
It's grisly like, or it's grisly like bears, like cocaine.
Hold on,
bears
it's grisly
cousins.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, if it was grizzly bears, I'd be taking you, Josh, obviously.
Yeah.
We have an unspoken agreement.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, which is not in the big three, but we'll call it big five. They have An American Werewolf in London, The Vivitch,
Classic.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil, The Thing.
Classic.
The Thing. Classic.
Classic.
Yeah. Doctor Sleep. I think it's classic. Terrifier, The New Invisible Man, The Mist, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Night of the Living Dead. And this list, obviously, I'm curating this list of my favorites. There's always low budget ones, but
yeah. Well, no, that's just like Amazon.
Yeah,
Prime.
right. There's so much garbage, but some highlights, right?
Mm-hmm. Just like shopping on Amazon Prime.
I didn't even look up Tubi. Oh,
that's where the good horror stuff
Tubi
is too.
horror. Okay, I'm pulling this up while I read the rest of the list because I'm dropping the ball. Okay.
Yes, you are.
But here's the thing. Prime, super solid. Dr. Sleep is fun. The Thing is one of the best horror films of all time. If you want the laughs, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. If you want to be a little screwed up, The Vivitch is great. If you want to be screwed up but see some comedy, American Werewolf in London. And also Night of the Living Dead is a classic. Max, on the other hand, has Malignant, Sinister, The Visit, The Shining, Scream, It Chapter 1 and 2, Signs, The Exorcist, Trick or Treat, Poltergeist, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Paranormal Activity, and Misery. And so this list is stacked. I mean, between, I don't know how many streaming services people generally have. Would you guys say one or two? Or if they're smart, none, and they just have Plex?
Two.
Yeah.
I think people have two they rotate between.
Okay, like Netflix and maybe a Hulu?
No, like Disney Plus and like one other.
It also depends on how big your family is. So
yeah.
Because we kind of split Netflix, Disney Plus, and Living Scriptures.
That's so cute.
Yeah, Ken, what are the scary movies on Living Scriptures?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on. The scary movies on that are Cypher in the Snow, the animated version, The Mailbox, also horrifying.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking up Tubi. And Tubi has everything, so this list is pretty extensive. They obviously have some Terrifier movies. They have Resident Evil. They have It Follows, The New Fright Night, Skeleton Key, The Evil Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Honestly, they have almost everything the others have, Hills Have Eyes. Like, it's like if you want to be messed up, they got your movie. If you want a 30 Days of Night fun movie, they've got that for you. And then a lot of really low budget movies. Slither. If you haven't seen that one's pretty dang fun.
I made the mistake once of watching Skeleton Key for the first time while house sitting.
Oh, yeah. How'd you feel about that?
I didn't sleep.
Oh, yeah. It's surprisingly messed up.
Very messed up.
So listen, if you're not paying for a streaming service, Tubi has quite a few movies. But if you are, honestly, if you want to put together a little like 10 movies of October, each of these streaming services will have like your foundational movies. It just depends on what you can handle. And Josh, for you, I'm going to recommend Psycho. I think I'd recommend Psycho. Have you seen it?
A long time ago. I actually do kind of like those old black and white movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because I grew up on those when I was a kid, because whenever we'd have a sleepover with my best friend, his mom would basically chaperone us. Mm-hmm. And the only things we could watch were like musicals.
Yeah.
So I've seen so many of those, so many of the black and white movies. And I want to say I've seen Psycho before.
Yeah, I feel like you would have.
We couldn't see the shower scene though, because
which literally shows nothing, by the way.
I know. Isn't it just chocolate?
It shows some Hershey syrup.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't it like chocolate syrup or whatever?
No, Ken, it did show a toilet flushing for the first time in cinematic history.
I know. Disgusting. That's so crass.
Mm-hmm. If you like black and white scary movies, Josh, you should watch Hundreds of Beavers.
I don't know if I want to walk into that.
Josh, no joke. Hundreds of Beavers is one of the best movies of the year.
Wait.
No, we're not kidding.
I'm not kidding you.
And you're going to watch it, and no joke, 45 minutes into it, you'll be like, are they pranking me? What's going on here? And the thing is,
you won't stop
we're all being
watching.
pranked, but it's worth it.
You just won't stop watching.
Okay.
You'll be like 5 minutes away from the end. And you're like, how did I stay here this long? And why am I enjoying this?
So, Josh, I do want between you and Marianne, and I feel like she can handle horror a little bit more than you.
She absolutely can.
Tucker,
I mean,
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, she'd enjoy that one.
I feel like Misery would be really fun for you guys to watch.
It's really funny that you bring that up, because I actually brought that up to my in-laws, because my father-in-law is having knee replacement surgery next week, and we were joking that my mother-in-law would deliberately like keep him bedridden so she can go do her own thing.
I love it. Josh, I feel like you could pull off a Kathy Bates, Annie Wilkes character for Halloween.
You could.
Kathy Bates?
Yeah, it's Kathy Bates in the lead.
Well, I know that, but like me be Kathy Bates?
I feel like you could do it.
I mean, I believe in myself. I believe that I can pull off a good character, because I
believe in you too.
I obviously could pull off a really good cocaine bear. So
yeah. Anyways, so that's our streaming movies. Like, there will be a couple reviews I'll be doing coming soon, because thankfully there's some actually new scary movies coming out. Some messed up, some just kind of normal. But I love this month.
And I think that if we're going to get all of the movie advice from you, Kent, I should maybe make my top 10 scary movies.
Okay. Done. Please do, because that will give me a gauge of what you can handle.
Okay. I mean, a lot of it's going to be probably some soul searching, some real life scary things.
Okay. Done.
So.
Okay. Well, with all that said, Josh, you want to take us out?
Absolutely.
You've just listened to The Other Show, starring Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is produced by Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Show design and audio editing is done by me, Josh Hansen, and sales manager is Spencer Myers. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing a minimum of $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits, including the weekly off-the-cuff episodes of The Other Show, monthly bonus episodes, quarterly live Q&A shows, and exclusive swag and perks. A huge thank you to our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vaskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, the one, the only Chris Anderson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, Lady Terry A. Finley, the proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge, the other Keith Brown, It's Rick, Not Dick Smith, Dave. And of course, our newest friend with benefits, Melanie Milring. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For past episodes, links to our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit our website at theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here on The Other Show, you can hear me on my other show, The Party in the Back.
You can hear me on my other show, Bacon Cell.
And you can find me embracing my inner Halloweener with some Ugg boots, a nice warm flannel shirt in the fall, and some wedgies.